welcome back to my channel and welcome to the new video. So in this video I'm going to tell you about the total cost which you need to bear or which you need to spend to become a RN in UK or a mental health RN in UK. And I'm also going to tell you about all the hidden fees which you need to pay in each and every step, which are not spoke about, and no influencer or even on website they're telling you about the exact fees which you need to bear. So let's not waste the time and get into the video. Told you in my introduction that in this video I'm going to tell you about the total cost of becoming a RN in UK, and that will include all the fees and all the exams and all the medical exam, police clearance certificate, and any other verification you need. So let's start with the first one. So the first one is OET or IELTS. So this is your English proficiency test which you need to take to start your registration, or even for the visa application you need these proof. So you need to give exams, OET or IELTS. So that's particularly your option which exam you want to prefer. So I'm just going to tell you the fee now. So for OET, the latest fee which I have seen on the official website is £340 or 320 to 340 pound, which is approximately 32,000 to 34,000 Indian rupees. And whereas on the other hand we have IELTS, and in IELTS the fee is the current latest fee is 17,000, which is 170 pound. So that's your English proficiency exam fee which you need to spend. And then we move on to the next. So once you have cleared your English language test, you then move on to the next step, which is NMC registration. So you have to start an application, and NMC registration will be in two steps. So in the first step you will do the application, in which NMC will check your qualification eligibility for registration. So for that they charge £140. So in stage one you have to spend £140, which is 14,000 Indian rupees. So in the stage one of your application, which is your eligibility verification, which NMC will do. So NMC will send an email or a link or a verification form to your council, whether it's INC, DNC or your state council. They will send this verification form to so when NMC will send an verification form or an email or a link to your state council or your INC, they will ask for some information, like if you're currently registered with them or your information is matching with your record, and the information which you have provided to NMC is matching with the council record. And also they also want your good standing certificate and your fitness to practice is not subjected. So all of this information will be provided by your council. So for that obviously you need to pay some verification fee. For example, I was registered with DNC. So if you go on DNC website, you'll see a link, overseas verification, and if you go on that link you will see the entire process, how you need to apply for that. So even your state, I'm not sure about all of the state council, but DNC charge some fee for overseas verification for the nurses. So which was so DNC overseas verification costed me 4,000 Indian rupees. Once you are verified by your council and also NMC have checked all your qualification and you are eligible to apply, they will send you an email, and with that email you will also receive a email for Pearson View, which is a center who conducts CBT exam. So now you are eligible to give your computer based test for any of the field, like for mental health, for adult. So now you are on the process of giving your computer based exam. So CBT exam cost around £83, which is 8,300 Indian rupees. And once you have passed your CBT exam, then you will move on to the next step, which is stage 2, that's registration in NMC. So stage 1 was checking the eligibility and qualification, which is making an application, and the fee for that was £140. Now you have cleared your CBT. and then you have to move on to the second stage, which is registration. So your OSCE will be unticked in the process, and because OSCE you have to give after traveling to UK, so you shouldn't be bothered about that one, and move on to the next step, which is stage 2 of registration. For that you have to pay £153, which is 1000, or which is 15,300 rupees, Indian rupees. And in this step, NMC will check, you have to submit your IELTS or OET record, you have to give a PCC, police clearance certificate, and you also have to do your medical fit check, which is like your healthcare provider, any healthcare provider with whom you know that are registered to the council. They will give you a good standing or a fitness certificate. So for that, obviously fee will vary from doctor to doctor how much they charge. So for me it costed around 1500, and because my doctor asked me that fee. But for police clearance certificate you need to make an application through Passport Seva, and for that the fee is 500 Indian rupees. And so I'll just do a quick recap for stage 2. So in stage 2, first you have to do the registration application, which cost you around £153, which is 15,300 Indian rupees. And then including in that, you have to give a police clearance certificate in the documents. So for police clearance certificate, you have to make an application, which cost you around 500 Indian rupees. And then you have to also give a fitness certificate, which will be provided by your healthcare provider. That can vary and cost you anywhere around 1000 to 2000. And then you also after the registration is done, NMC registration will be done, because this is all you need for NMC registration. Then when you make your visa application, so visa application fee will be bared by your, or will be reimbursed by your trust. So it's better to choose a trust before going for a visa. And because you have to also apply your COS in the visa, so that your all the fee will be reimbursed or refunded back. And most of the trust they will pay upfront, so it's better to choose a trust prior to making a visa application, or even before registration too. Then you'll move on to the visa application, and visa application fee cost you around 294. That's a healthcare visa, and it's for 3 years, so that will cost you around 294, which you don't have to pay. The good news is your trust or your agency through which you are applying, they will pay that fee. They will pay for your COS, so you don't have to pay the health surcharge as well, because when people come to UK, they have to pay a certain amount for their health insurance, which the NHS workers don't have to pay. For a visa application, you need a TB test, because UK is a TB free country, and whenever anybody is traveling to UK or specifically for work, they have to show that they are free from TB, tuberculosis. So you have to do a TB test in your respective countries, and that will cost you anywhere around 2000 to 3000, depend on which hospital. And NMC will provide you the registered hospital list. So in which hospital I went, they costed me around it costed me around 2500 Indian rupees. So I'm just taking the cost between 2000 to 3000 for a TB test. So that's all the cost, even the hidden cost which you need to spend while your process. And once you get your visa, your flight tickets will be booked by your agency or by your trust. You don't have to pay the flight ticket. If they are making you pay the flight ticket, then it will be reimbursed. Make sure that when you get your offer letter, it should be stated in your offer letter what all the benefits you are getting. Choose your trust wisely, as most of these fee will be reimbursed or refunded back to you when you will be landing to UK. So for example, my whatever cost I've spent throughout my process, I got that refunded back within 3 months of my arrival, within 3 months after my arrival. And so yeah, so my only advice will be, whenever you are choosing a trust, make sure you see what are the benefits they are providing, because most of the trust they make sure that everything will be free of cost for you, and so you will be spending like no money in the entire process. Obviously initially you have to bear that process, but eventually you'll get it back. So in the entire process you are paying nothing. You just have to pay for mostly you have to pay for your TB test, or your PCC or your medical TB test. Other than that, everything will be reimbursed back to you. So let's do a quick recap. So like I said, in first you have to do a English proficiency test, in which you have to give IELTS or OET, and all the fee you can see on the screen. And then on NMC stage 1, which you have to pay £140, and then for your CBT exam you have to pay £83, and for your stage 2, which is your registration, you have to pay £153, and your third party verification, which will be by your council in stage 1, you have to pay whatever amount they will ask you. So I'm just giving you an example of DNC, who are asking 4,000 Indian rupees, and your PCC will cost you 500 INR. TB test will cost you anywhere around 2,500 to 3,000, and your visa application and everything I'm not including, because, and your OSCE fee as well, which will be upfront paid by your trust, so I'm not including that. And you can do the total, guys, and that's whole cost you need to bear or spend during your entire process. So that's the end of the video, guys, and I think that the information will be useful for you guys while doing your process, and I wish you all the best. Still, if you guys have any doubt, please drop them down in the comment section below. I'll make sure that I'll answer all the questions. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.